First of all, I have to say that, well, thank you, everyone, because you've made this voyage so impressive, so amazing. So, I've never had a chance to come to Belfast or England, and I'm really pleased. I like to say thank you to for making this so special. Um, Another thing that I like to say is that when I was writing my speech, I didn't know what to write about, but I really like to treat the matter of learning in a very special point of view. So I've written a very strange speech, okay, but I'll try. I like you to try to understand it, okay? So, learning isn't as simple as reading a book. Life makes learning, and we have to keep living. Because I've always been interested in human behavior, because I wanted to understand how could we create a better society for all of us, where people could live happy forever after. And as I wanted to understand, I studied economy, history, politics, and I did learn a lot of terms. I learned how society was organized, how money worked, or how empires rose and fell all over the world. But the problem was that during all these thousands of years that humans have been making history, we haven't discovered yet the real significance of living. We do know what happened, but don't know what's happening next. We don't know what is correct to do, or we don't know how to reach satisfaction. So I asked myself, where are we going? I was astonished, but also confused, because we fill the world up with human inventions, but it hasn't served to make us more satisfied or happy. Could I understand that looking to a book or read it with numbers? Because in a logical way, you've got more comfort, but does it really make you happy? Don't think so. So I decided to take the path of philosophy, because reason had already conquered my mind. I mean, I thought that our lives, the reason of behaving like we do, could be understood as mathematics, where there's no room for error. But all I learned was so subjective, so opinable, that I didn't know what to believe. So something really special happened to me, an individual, let's say, because I met a girl and we became friends. A strange thing happened, because as they passed, I found myself thinking all the time about her. I started thinking first a little, then more and more, till I finally found myself thinking all the time about her. So I then discovered that I had to tell the world my feelings, because if not, what was I living for? Even if I've been going through lights and shadows since then, I've learned to cry and to laugh. I've learned to feel. So I think that was the true significance of life. That was my real way of learning, my way of being a human person, Now you've got the chance to feel and discover, so carry on living, because in all the time it took me to discover this, other people already knew it. I mean, I was so concentrated in books, and people was feeling was had girlfriends, for example, did go out with friends, and I didn't. And that is a kind of knowledge I lost. I was always studying and studying, thinking in the logic of books that seems so ruled, let's say, but it was really impressive, because always feelings corrupt ourselves. It's like our reason gets broken by feelings, and I really like to express that. I think our human condition depends on our feelings. So I like to say that you have to learn, you have to keep on growing, but to keep on growing, you have to keep on living. Or living precisely in feelings. Thank you, everyone. When I said this speech, or when I write it and show it to my teacher, I was really ashamed, because it was such an individual experience, but in some way I had to express that. I think it's important, because we are taught in reason, but not in feelings. It's so incredible. I I think like beauty, for example. Well, when you think about beauty, you think that it's something it's something for each individual. Let's say, I mean, when we talk about beauty, it's like you've got a kind of beauty, you've got all that. But I think that, but for example, when you play a song and a lot of people join and sing together and feel together, you say, why is that? I mean, if beauty is so individual, why do we sing together? Why do we feel together? I think it's because of our lives, the experience we've lived, that make us human and join each other. So thank you for listening to me and trying to understand that.